guys, welcome back. Today is the day that I have been alluding to now for a while. I am finally going to be sharing with you guys the before and after and results and the method of how I got rid of my KP and my body acne. This is an issue I have been dealing with since I think mainly pregnancy, but it was there beforehand too. Who knows what shifted in my hormones during pregnancy and decided to stay the course that caused me to just start at age, whatever that was, 33, to start having keratoses. So Keratosis Pilaris is KP, and that is like these little granules of keratin that deposit in your pores, the follicles of, all of our mammalian hair all over our bodies. And as a picker, it was really, really hard to resist. And so I'm not sure how much of it was me picking that turned it into acne, especially because I've read places that KP doesn't itch. I'm like, okay, I don't know what it was then because mine itched. And I would reach back there absent-mindedly and I would frustrate it and it would cause breakouts, but also I was getting like cystic acne on my back too. And it hurt so much. I tried everything. Basically, I'm gonna break this down, how I solved this so quickly once I finally got like the right combination. It comes down to like three sections. One is addition, the things that I added to my routine. The second is subtraction, the things that I took out of my routine. And the third is like nitpicky details and the way that I just kind of altered my routine to ensure success. Yeah, if you are suffering with this, understand that I know what you're going through and hopefully this will help you. So let's go ahead and jump in. Also, I will say if you are like me and you're a natural born picker, I have a video that I made years ago that still is super, super relevant. I watch for my own mental health sometimes about how I stopped picking my face because I used to be a really, 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 really bad face picker. That could be a companion to this dialogue because if you're a picker, it could kind of hamper your ability to heal even if you are using all the right products and the right routine. So, addition. I am kicking this off with the products that eradicated my KP and my body acne. KP, as I open this, I will give you some background. When I looked into treating it, the methods that were recommended were a combination of physical exfoliation and chemical exfoliation. A lot of times what you'll see is brands and products that try to combine those two into one treatment. I didn't find that those worked for me. So First Aid Beauty KP Eraser, those kinds of things that have a microcrystal physical exfoliant and also a chemical exfoliant in the formula itself, but you're supposed to use it in the bath and then wash it off, or the shower and then wash it off. That doesn't have enough potency or staying power. It kind of tries too hard to do both things and doesn't really do either well enough. So I'm separating the two, and the first is the physical exfoliation. So this is the Soft Services Buffing Bar Micro Crystal Exfoliant. I'm opening a new one so that you don't have to look at the one that's in my shower because it's gross. So something that does happen when you use this thing is like if you have shed any hair in the shower, any kind of errant hair that, sheds from your scalp, this is so kind of like prickly that it'll pick it up, and so it is not safe for the internet. It's a gross thing to look at. Either way, this is what they look like when they're brand new. Soft Services Buffing Bar Micro Crystal Exfoliant, in case there's any confusion as to what it was called. So it's like, not rough right when you open it, and I'm not gonna sit here and hold on to it because my fingers will start to get soapy. But when you start to rub it against your wet skin, the microcrystals come out pretty quick. And warning, warning, warning. I mean, I'm not a dermatologist. I should have said that at the beginning. I am not any kind of expert. This is just my personal experience. Do this all at your own risk. But when you use this thing, like, keep your skin wet. You can hurt yourself with it. I will say, there is something really, really satisfying when you hate this texture that's been on your skin for so long that just like seemingly won't go away. To be able to take something that's basically sandpaper and just buff it off, there is something really satisfying about that, but try to exercise some restraint. Do it a little bit every day kind of thing. Work up your tolerance, because the first time I did it, I took out all of my frustrations and I royally ticked my skin off. It doesn't mean that I like scarred myself or anything like that, but I ticked my skin off. The strength that this has over the KP body washes that have the same microcrystal technology in them is the persistence of the microcrystals. It doesn't just start to melt away and you kind of have to keep reapplying it or something. There's something about it being a bar that it just continues to be as effective as like the first time you use it, the longer you do it, if that makes sense. It's like, you know, as you're sort of scrubbing and microcrystals are maybe washing away from the bar, there are more underneath, plenty. It's extremely abrasive, but it's like I want to say it's like a pumice or a silica that is very, very tiny, but it's not gonna dissolve. That's a huge thing. It's like a sugar scrub, a salt scrub, anything like that that's going to be water soluble. It's not going to give me personally the persistence of physical exfoliation that I need. What I really need to do is have something that's almost going to do the job of having systematically picked the top off of all of the KP bumps, right? And that might, if you have a lot of them, like the pure kind of like goose chicken skin, you know, be really, really gentle with yourself. You don't have to eradicate it all in one day, basically, because the next step, you'll know if you have overdone it, but it's going to do a much better job at a much more efficient and cost-effective pace than trying to use some kind of squeeze it out in your hand scrub that is going to like wash off of your skin, and you're just kind of trying to like scrub as fast as you can, but you're not able to like get to everything. And also the active ingredients in something like the First Aid Beauty KP scrub that claim to be an AHA or a chemical exfoliant, they're not staying on your skin, you're washing them off. And so even if you were to like leave it on your skin as a mask or something in the shower or in the bath, it's still not going to be as effective as something topical you use when you get done with your shower. So I just steer clear of that. This has been the most efficient thing, and it is very mechanical. You know, it's like you're just literal, like it's very literal. You're like scrubbing the tops off of all of them, and there's something really satisfying about that. But I cannot emphasize enough, this is not for the faint of heart. And to exercise restraint and do this in a measured way, understand it's going to work. And you're better off not like totally overdoing it the first time, although if you're me, you will anyway. So that's step one. And I also really like that that's zero waste, right? You know, it comes in this paper bag inside of a paper container, inside of a paper box, and it's a bar. So it's like gone after that, you know? So there's something really lovely about that as well. All right, and the other half of the actual addition part of my routine is this. So this is what I use when I get out of the shower, and oh my gosh, I'm so glad about this. This is a game changer, you guys. This is the TLC Glycolic Body Lotion from Drunk Elephant. It is a 10% AHA blend, marula and shea butters. So it says the supercharged blend of 10% AHAs gently exfoliates to restore and resurface dull and uneven areas, while its mix of soothing plant oils, deeply moisturizing butters, and barrier supporting electrolytes replenishes dry and dehydrated skin below the neck with our dream team blend of glycolic, tartaric, lactic, and citric alpha hydroxy acids. TLC Glycolic Body Lotion gently smooths and refines rough, bumpy skin while improving areas of uneven tone. Bam! Wow, is this active? That's why I said don't go absolutely ham sandwich with that scrubby bar, because you'll know that have you ever just put something like the wrong thing on after you've shaved your legs or something? This, you feel it. It stings in the best way possible. Again, it's that satisfying feeling of like, I have hated these bumps on my body for so long. Burn it down. Like, that's what this is doing. And the combination of the two, like, I'm gonna talk about the rest of my routine as far as the things that I've eliminated and stuff like that, but these are the only two products in this entire video where I'm like, these are the specific products that I can't live without. Like, they're the ones that I truly think make the difference. Physical exfoliation with the Soft Services Microcrystal Buffing Bar, chemical exfoliation with the TLC Glycolic Body Lotion from Drunk Elephant. And I have gone off my routine because of traveling and things like that, almost as like an intentional experiment, because things will come back pretty quickly. It's an issue that I'm continuing to solve. It's an issue that I'm continuing to like maintain the results of my solution of. But it's just super comforting to watch the process happen again, where I'm like, and I'm going to fix your little red wagon, and I fix its little red wagon again, because it will start to happen again. Also, can't say enough about Soft Services as a company. They originally like sent me their whole routine, and I have bought a lot of these with my own money since then. But last winter, I bought like a big box of like 8 bars of soap, and it got delivered to the wrong house and then buried in the snow. And I just emailed them and I was like, hey, it's been like 2 weeks. It says it was delivered, but I don't see it. No questions asked. They just sent me another one. And then like 2 months later, my neighbor was like, we found this when the snow melted. I was like, cool. So doubling up. It was not really anybody's fault except, you know, I guess the delivery driver and Mother Nature. But like the fact that it just, you know what I mean? No questions asked. They were like, sure, you know, we take you at your word. So yeah, can't say enough about them. They've always been really, really lovely to also like, you know, talk to and stuff whenever I was first trying their products. I tried a lot of their products, but this was the absolute hands down winner. So I hope that I was emphatic enough there to tell you guys what hero products those are, because I have tried lots and lots and lots of things. I tried even like just regular exfoliating gloves and things like that. This is what works for me. Now we're going to move into the subtraction part of my routine, and that is taking out the things that I figured out really mess with my skin, and the biggest one is fragrance. Fragrance, and then secondarily like things that are kind of bulked up with like creamy ingredients, because those are the kinds of things that are meant to make your hair or your skin feel like silky soft and not particularly like rinse clean. But that's also the sort of thing that builds up on my skin and gives me breakouts and things like that. I don't have like A+ super great cell turnover on its own anyway. I've been using like AHAs on my face for a very long time. So it kind of makes sense that eventually my body skin would like be the same mood, but it took me a while to kind of come around to it. So all the exfoliation aside, these are the things that are like really simple in my routine that I had to like take honestly all the fun out of them, but they're the ones that are still beautiful and effective and like still a positive, nice self-care experience to use. So I remembered that the first time that I reviewed the Drunk Elephant shampoo and conditioner, that I watched my own video back and I was like, this is the first thing that hasn't broken my neck out. It was before I even had KP. I was already getting like acne like on my hairline, and these were the first ones that didn't do that. And then I, you know, went and tried some other things and what have you, and nothing was able to replicate those results, or I guess lack thereof, right? You know, replicate the fact that it didn't break me out. And so I just went back to basics and I got these. The thing that they really have going for them, the conditioner rinses super, super clean, and it's just like a white cream. It doesn't have any of that weird like silky looking kind of iridescence to it. I was a hairdresser for 8 years. I've tried a lot of shampoos, like a lot of shampoos, and I've also seen what different shampoos do to different hair kind of thing. And what I like about this shampoo is that it is actually like, if you look at it, it's really thin. I don't know, can you? It's like clear, and it's thin, and it doesn't have any kind of opalescence to it or anything like that. And you might think that it being so thin means that it's watered down. Actually, it means that it's concentrated, because it doesn't have any of those like bulking agents in there to kind of leave your hair feeling like artificially silky. But it does a really good job of balancing my hair. My hair is not necessarily like the most naturally shiny thing in the world anyway, but you know, it does a really, really nice job of maintaining my hair being like, you know, not oily at my scalp, not dry on my ends, just kind of, you know, happy all together. And also it doesn't have any synthetic fragrance in it. It just has sweet almond oil. It's like, I always say, it's not my favorite smell in the whole world, but it doesn't linger and I don't really care. I'm just happy with the results. And I also have used like unscented shampoo before, and wow, there's a reason they put smell in shampoo. It's a weird smelling thing on its own. So yeah, I've used Function of Beauty and I ordered theirs that was unscented for a long time, uncolored, unscented, and it still had too much to it. It still built up on my skin, and this just doesn't. So that's my shampoo and conditioner routine. And then I've been using the unscented, this one's not open, this is my backup. I pulled out mostly my backups here so that they weren't all like gross, but Necessaire body wash in fragrance free, and then the Necessaire body lotion in fragrance free. I also recently just got this in PR from Josie Marin. This is the Whipped Argan Oil Body Butter. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is a body butter by most definitions. Like, it doesn't have that really thick consistency to it, but they do say that it's whipped. It really is just like a body lotion. Like, it really just kind of strikes me as a regular old, you know, nice body lotion. And I've been able to use the Osea body lotion as well, the Undaria algae body lotion, even though it smells, like it has a nice smell to it. It's not an artificial fragrance, it's just kind of the oils that are in it. And so this doesn't have any fragrance to it at all. Like, it doesn't even smell like anything. Nothing. I mean, nothing. It hardly smells like lotion, you know? And I've really appreciated that. It takes a lot of guts, I feel like, for a company to be like, look, our ingredients are good enough that you're going to appreciate this and we don't have to give you some kind of, you know, big loud scent, even though you guys know I do love a big loud scent. I do. My body doesn't. So this is awesome. This is awesome. This is a body wash. It's a perfectly good body wash. It doesn't build up on my skin. I do believe that this has niacinamide in it, as does the lotion, as does, I wanna say this, hyaluronic acid treatment for the skin. So this is the Necessaire Body Serum. This is for people who do not love that greasy feeling on your skin when you put lotion on. None of these really gives you that. Like, I do like a body oil. I love the Osea Undaria body oil, but this is really nice for just like soaking in. Like, it immediately just soaks in. It's like a hyaluronic acid like you're used to for your face, where it's like if your skin's just like a little bit damp and you put this on, a little goes a long way and your skin feels hydrated before you moisturize it, before you do an occlusive layer. And it's just like, why didn't I think of that? Like, you know, I put a serum on my face before I moisturize, put a serum on my body before I moisturize. They also, I didn't bring it in here, but they also have this lovely charcoal scrub that's like very fine charcoal scrub, and I use that as well, because your girl can never have enough physical exfoliation apparently. But yeah, Necessaire did send me those, and they fit, like, they just dovetailed so well into my routine, because they make everything in an unscented. So it's just nice to be able to have something that is like a very luxurious feeling routine, but minus the things that, you know, take my skin off. So that's addition, subtraction. Now we're going to talk about all the nitpicky details of my actual routine that I want to say might be part of the, like, things that this entire routine hinges on. You know what I mean? Like, you can have the right products, but you still need to take certain things under advisement in order to get the best results. So I'm gonna put my phone out because I made a list. I didn't want to forget anything. The first thing is I make sure to take every possible measure that I can to keep my hair off my back while it's wet. So I tie it up in the shower when it has conditioner in it. You can do that with a scrunchie. You can do that by, I just tie mine in a knot. My hair is so kind of like thin and long that I can just tie it up in a knot on the top of my head while I do the rest of my, like, you know, my microcrystal bar and everything like that, and do that routine. And when I am done rinsing my my conditioner out, I then like lift my hair up again, and still I do one more scrub with my microcrystal bar, just to make sure that if there were any buildup or any remaining conditioner that had gone from my hair onto the skin of my back, I get it off of there. And then I do it with my towel too. I get out and I'm just like, I put my hair into one of those, you know, little turban twisty things. I have the Aquas turban style one. I did a sponsorship like way back when Aquas was still making a shampoo and conditioner, which by the way, I miss those so much. They were so good. You don't have to use an Aquas one, but just the microfiber towels. I tie my hair up in one of those to get it off of my back. And if I don't have one of those around, I will just tie it up in a scrunchie, like dry really good and tie it up in a scrunchie. Just make sure that it stays off of my back. And then that's when I do my body care routine of like, you know, this first. By the way, I only use this on the actual affected area. First of all, I want to savor it. It's not super inexpensive. And second of all, it hurts, it stings. And so I just use it basically all down my arms and then just like from my bra line up. All the way, you know what I mean? Well, to my, you know, to my face. But I even use it like on my hairline and my, you know, on my neck and stuff because I still break out there. And then I use my, like, my Necessaire or my Josie Maran or whatever for the rest of my body. Because this, while it does function pretty well as a body lotion, it's not ideal in terms of like actual hydration. And I truly believe that like we have entirely different microbiomes, entirely different ecosystems from here up and from here down. By we, I mean me and my skin, us. Anyway, so hair up, do the thing, all my skincare, body care, whatever. And then I will actually like put a robe on or something before I take my hair down, and I will still either blow dry it right then because the microfiber towel does a good job of getting it pretty dry, or I will just tie it back loosely in a scrunchie so that it's still never sitting wet on my back. Bruce has been behind the mirror the entire time. I went to change my battery and I hear grrr, grrr, and I'm like, what the heck? And he's like, what? What? Last few things here just to consider. One, your styling products, okay? Like after all that, you don't want to then put something really scented and really like silicone-y on your hair and then have it like sit on your neck or your back or whatever. Even be careful of how scented like a dry shampoo is. You might want to wash your hair a little more often if that's an issue that you have like right on your neck. The next thing, big thing, detergent. I find sometimes if I'm sleeping on hotel sheets or something like that, I will get like an acute breakout because my skin is so sensitive to different detergents. And I use the Tide in the white bottle because it doesn't have any fragrance in it and it doesn't have like any buildup, but it still works because I have a child and we need our detergent to work. So yeah. That's huge. And then also making sure that you don't use too much detergent. Like actually take the time to measure your detergent, or if you're lazy like me, just use less than you think, because these high efficiency washers do not need a ton of detergent. And if you use too much, it won't all wash out. Your clothes will feel kind of gummy and soapy, and there's like no faster way to irritate your skin than that, especially if it's on your sheets. Think about little stuff like body sunscreen. Maybe there's an ingredient in body sunscreen if you're wearing it pretty often that like, you know, might irritate your skin. For me, octinoxate is a huge, like it's a really quick way to clog my pores. So just be mindful of that. Keep an eye on it. Like notice what your triggers are. Wash your sheets often enough. That's a big one for me because I am the queen of night sweats. Hannah actually made me aware of the fact that it's probably coming from my melatonin because I take melatonin to sleep and that it causes night sweats. So yeah, that's also probably a reason. But you know, change your sheets often enough, your pillowcases, everything, because you know, you're spending a lot of time in there. Think about even perfume. If you spray yourself with perfume, you're sensitive to fragrances and stuff. If you spray directly on your skin and then you notice that you're also breaking out there, maybe think about that, because you might want to just like wait until you have your clothes on and just spray your clothes instead of spraying it directly onto your skin. I have heard of that being an issue. Also, just the friction sometimes of wearing tight clothes, workout clothes, or if you just like to wear clothes that like, you know, that fit you snugly, sometimes that can be something that kind of turns hairs under and can cause keratoses. So yeah. It's just little stuff like that to just start kind of like gearing your mind towards it, because as soon as you get the ball rolling back in the right direction and you start noticing results, you will then probably be able to change more and more of your habits. You know, that's how I was. It was like I was able to stop picking when I saw results from the products that I was using or that I was stopping using, and then I was able to keep seeing better results because I stopped picking, kind of thing. So yeah. I mean, guys, let me know if you have any questions about this in the comments, but I think that that's actually like a really concise distillation of my experience, and I am so happy that not only I solved my personal KP and back, knee, body acne issues, but also that the solution is pretty simple and straightforward. Anyway, yeah guys, I hope you found this helpful and fun. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you guys did. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me today. I love you guys so much. And I hope that you get clear skin from this. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.